My life is a mess. This kitchen's a mess. This computer's certainly a mess. And I have to fix it all on my own. Because once again, Weston's dead. Okay, he's not actually dead. Welcome back into another video here on the channel where I have my sister's computer here today. Now you're probably wondering, Jordan, why do you have your sister's computer? Why is it at your house and not with her? Well, simple really. We gotta switch out a graphics card. Oh, and based off the amount of dust that I just saw fly up when I hit it, we should probably clean it too. So in this video, we're gonna be going through and basically showing you how to upgrade your computer if you are going from an NVIDIA GPU like the 2060 that is in here to an AMD GPU like this 5700 XT that we have here. Now, yes, before any of you in the comments decide to get really nitpicky with it, I am aware that there's not that much of a performance upgrade from one card to another, but we're going from 6 gigs of VRAM to 8 gigs of VRAM, and honestly, my sister can't play the Oblivion remaster on this 2060. She's been trying, even in 1080p with DLSS, with FrameGen. Does it have FrameGen? With DLSS at least, she is struggling to get like anything close to playable. We are talking 20 frames a second, maybe 30 at best, with low settings. This 2060 is getting bottlenecked to Oblivion. That was so bad. So step by step, what we're gonna do is actually, I wanna clean this thing out. At least just take an air duster. We're not gonna give it like a thorough deep clean, but we are gonna take an air duster to it, clean everything out, and then we're gonna go through the steps on how to essentially just, you know, take out one GPU. We're gonna use DDU, which is Display Driver Uninstaller, show you how to go through that process, because switching from an NVIDIA to AMD or AMD to NVIDIA or either AMD or NVIDIA to Intel GPU, you are going to want to uninstall every single driver that is on this computer when it comes to video devices, because their drivers do not play well with each other. I think I said all that right. That sounded right in my head. Sounded right when I said it. This is a computer that I built, I want to say it was early last year. So at the time of filming, it's been about a year and a half. And that was the last time this thing was opened up as well. So it's been about a year and a half. It has a year and a half worth of dust in it. Spec-wise, it's nothing too incredibly crazy. It is, I believe it's a 12.4 or 12.600K. I think it's a 12.600K. And right now, the 2060. So I mean, it's not like it's a top-end gaming PC, but it's still, you know, it's my sister's rig. She bought it with her own money. The only piece that was mine that she was using was the GPU, and that was until she was able to get one of her own. And one of my Twitch viewers, and actually a viewer of this channel as well, thank you, John, so graciously sent this 5700 XT so that way my sister could play Oblivion. John, I am so sorry it took me this long to get this computer over here to make the swap, but holy cow, our schedules do not match. My sister's been really into Skyrim lately and modded Skyrim. And so I don't know if you know anything about my sister, but trying to get her away from modded Skyrim right now so I could do this has been, oh. I might need to do a more thorough cleaning than I thought. I opened it up and I saw the fans and I didn't realize it was that bad. I am ashamed. What once was a beautiful computer is now soiled. That's getting fixed. I almost don't even know if I want to clean it on camera. I'm gonna give it a thorough cleaning and we'll be back.
6.5 hours later.
Well, that was a mess, but holy cow, is it better than it was. I just took the air duster basically until the battery died, and this thing went for a while. That's what she said. So is it spotless? No. Is it a huge improvement because I'm short on time? Yes. Now that I got this makeshift recording setup going, where I'm gonna use my laptop to capture this and probably just look at the display on this as well. Let's turn this thing on. Let's get this thing going. We're gonna show you how to download Display Driver Uninstaller and how to use the program. I say we're, like there's more than one of us, but Weston's dead. There, now I have her PC full screen on my laptop screen. Look at that. Oh, thank God I know my sister well enough to know her PIN. Let's go. It is weird using my laptop screen as the main display for a desktop PC. So now that we are in, what we're gonna have to do is we need to look up DDU, or Display Driver Uninstaller. I guess I'll just type that in myself. Display Driver Uninstaller. Basically, we're gonna click on the first link that we have here. We are going to go down to Download Mirror USA. The file is downloading. We can do this. We want to extract all. Don't think it really matters where we extract it to, because realistically, once you're done with this, you're uninstalling it. I would recommend keeping it on your computer, however. It is nice just to every once in a while give yourself a clean slate on drivers. But yes, updates are available. I'm gonna be honest, probably not, because this is cool. Basically just go through some warnings. We are going to remove literally everything from this computer that is NVIDIA, except everything's gonna be clicked except for keep NVIDIA control panel. It's because we don't need that if it's gonna be an AMD card, right? So we're getting rid of all the NVIDIA drivers, PhysX, 3D TV, the GeForce Experience, NVIDIA Broadcast, all this different stuff is all going to go. My sister doesn't do any sort of streaming or anything like that, so she just uses this strictly for gaming. So for her case, it does not matter if she has NVIDIA Broadcast at all. I know some people are really anal about that. So as it says here, DDU has detected that you were not in safe mode. For a better cleanup without issues, it is recommended that you reboot the system into safe mode. Now, this is something that I would highly recommend that you do as well. Every time I do this, I have to look up how to boot into safe mode. Click the start button, then the power button, select restart while holding down the shift key. Easy enough. So start button, power button, hold down the shift key, restart. That's it. I somehow keep forgetting that. I like just to hold it down until it's into whatever. So now that we are into this screen, we want to go to troubleshoot. We want advanced options. We want startup settings and enable safe mode right here. So we are going to hit restart, which will have the computer restart again. Then it will give us the option as it boots up to take us into safe mode. So just like this, we are going to press F4. And now the computer is gonna boot into safe mode, which is exactly what we want. So what's that gonna do, or what that's going to do is it's gonna limit the drivers. Oops, that was my pin. It's gonna limit the drivers, so like nothing's really gonna work the way that it should. It's not gonna update anything. So when you're uninstalling drivers, it won't reach out to the internet to try to get new drivers there. So what I would recommend that you do though, I probably should have said this earlier, but as you can see, the 2060 is still in the computer. I would highly recommend that you actually run DDU with your original card in the system. So that way what I can do is, you know, everything's gonna work as you boot up. You don't have conflicting drivers. It's more of a better safe than sorry type of thing. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go GPU. We wanna select NVIDIA. We are going to select clean and shut down for installing a new graphics card. So we're gonna let the program do its thing. We're not gonna touch anything after this point. As you can see on screen, it is currently running through all the processes of deleting stuff, and it does show you what it's doing, which is kind of nice. It's just running through that little checklist or running through that log and showing you exactly what's going on with the system. And as soon as that happens and it shuts down, then this 2060 is actually gonna go into a rig here because we're gonna need it for podcast recording and stuff like that later on down the line. So now the system is shut down. The first thing that you wanna do, flip that switch on the power supply. Don't be messing with stuff in your computer with the power supply turned on. Also, another safety measure, just unplug it, or both. Now, because every case is in fact different, this next step is gonna be a little different for me than it is for you. This case does have a little slidey thing here that we can pull back, which then gives us access to the screws on the inside to get the GPU out itself.
Come on, focus. Being a one-handed crew for a PC, or just a one-man crew for filming, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Both screws are out. Probably should have disconnected the power first. Just press up against it, doesn't really matter. Flip the thing in the back. There's a clip back here. It's hard to see. There's a little clip right here. You just push on that, just pops right out. It was that clip, if you were wondering. It's still not wanting to focus, I guess. It's on the end of your PCI slot. It just goes like that. When the graphics card's in, it's like this. To get it out, you push like that. It's easier to do if the computer is actually laying down. Also, my new white cable is a different shade of white because of how dirty these are. You have to deal with it. But we don't need to lay it down. I'm a master at doing things with my hand. See, look at that, perfect. It clicked. So we can put in the screws just like we took them out before. Turny, 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 spin. Plug in the power cables. Boom, and boom. Yes, I'm aware those cable combs are backwards. No, I'm not gonna switch it because those things suck. New card is installed though, look at that. This is actually a really good looking computer, minus the mismatched white and the backwards combs. But you know what? where she has it sitting. You usually don't see it anyways. Why is this so low? What happened? Oh, is it zoomed in? So now we got this thing, card is installed. We should be good to go. Plug in the power cable, flip the switch, press the power button, and hopefully we have picture. It would help if I had the HDMI cable plugged in though as well. Yeah, that would probably do it. All right, now while we wait for things to boot up, I'd like to thank G Fuel for giving us the opportunity to promote their product, and they work with us, we work with them. Exclamation mark, I'm not even live. gfuel.com/huge. If you guys want to lift throughout your day, it is a sugar-free energy drink. It's fantastic tasting. It has tons of vitamins. It's 0 sugar, has caffeine, but this is actually the hydration line because it's midnight. I don't want caffeine at midnight. So they do have non-caffeinated product as well. So thank you so much, G Fuel. gfuel.com/huge and get 20% off your order. Now, you see how choppy everything is? That is because we do not have any drivers now installed for this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up Google Chrome. We are gonna type in AMD Adrenalin. We can download the software like so. Windows 10 and 11, boom. Basically what we're gonna do is we have to get the AMD, basically it's their version of GeForce Experience, right? It's called AMD Adrenalin. It is the software that has all the drivers on it. It makes it an easy one-click install. So now that that's done downloading, it's doing something. I don't know what. Oh, here we go. So yes, you can make changes to the computer. Wallpaper engine died. That's expected. There's no drivers. It doesn't know what to do. So I'm gonna go custom install just in case. Privacy view, I guess, yeah, that's the only option I have. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have 2 PCs in this house running AMD GPUs and 2 PCs in this house running NVIDIA GPUs. You cannot call me a fanboy, but I don't know what the privacy view is. It says it's gonna take 7.5 minutes to install this. I somehow doubt that. I do have gigabit fiber, so downloading everything should not take 7 minutes. Also, 2 great Wi-Fi antennas, and my router's right there. Oh, look at that, Oblivion Remastered! Hopefully she'll actually be able to run that. That is something that I wanted to see. We are gonna boot that up from her Steam library and get an idea of how it does run, because before, like I said, with this 2060, we were lucky to get 30 frames a second, even on 1080p low. It just was getting VRAM bottlenecked immediately, struggling to run the game because it was trying to use over 6 gigs of VRAM, and things were starting to go into page files, and obviously, once it hits that point, it's not running well. The flickering of the screen and everything, that is normal. You're gonna see that a few times as it's going through the restarting and uninstalling and reinstalling process. I guess not uninstalling, we already did that. As it's going through the installation process, things are gonna flicker, they're gonna turn on and off. This is normal, do not worry. If that happens, it's not broke, don't touch it. Restart's required to complete the installation, so obviously hit restart now because you wanna just get this done now. While we're waiting for this to reboot, guys, do me a huge favor. Get it? Huge favor, because we're the channel Huge Nerd. Okay, whatever. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and comment what GPU do you have in your rig. I'd like to know, do you have AMD or NVIDIA? Do you have a preference? Do you think one is better than the other? Now that I asked you that, no, you are not allowed to fight in the comments. If you say I have an NVIDIA GPU and someone says, oh, NVIDIA sucks, you're just a shill, ignore it. Don't start a fight. If someone says I have an AMD GPU and someone goes, the drivers for AMD are terrible and your experience will be bad, ignore it. They're just a shill. They don't know what they're talking about. So basically, don't start a fight, okay? My main gaming rig has an AMD card, never had an issue. My streaming rig and my living room rig have NVIDIA cards, never had an issue, okay? Both are very valid options here in 2025, and I do not want to hear anything else. All right, so now that we're into Steam, things should be good to go. Does she not have? Oh, Oblivion Remastered, update paused. Okay, well, we're gonna resume that update. Update failed, not enough free disk space. Oh, for why? Because she has a 1 terabyte M.2 drive, and that's it. You know what? If she wants Borderlands 3 later, she can reinstall it. I'd rather have this to test it. This is more important to me right now. Do I have another drive I could put in here? Plenty of drives, all spinning discs, and I love my sister too much to let her game off of an actual hard drive. Tell you what, if you see this video and you think that my sister deserves an SSD and you're willing to pay for it, go to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/JordanKGames, and while we are live, feel free to donate and just put for your sister's new drive. Easy fix. I don't have the money to do it right now, so, or if you buy enough G Fuel, maybe we can afford to upgrade her computer for her. Who knows? So I'm just gonna launch Oblivion. I don't know how far she is. We're not gonna save anything anyways, so it's not like it matters too much, but I am genuinely curious to know like how this thing actually runs. Why is there no signal? All right, now don't mind the color because HDR is on the TV that the out's going to, but we have 1080p and also the screen tearing. That's not what I see. That's just a thing with OBS. Don't worry about that. Gameplay is a lot smoother, but we are getting very playable frame rates. It's actually not possible for me to see from here, but I can tell we are definitely getting at least 60 frames a second. So that means Oblivion is working super well, which is absolutely incredible because that was realistically our main goal, was to get it so she could at least play Oblivion, right? Like, all things considered, this game came out in 2005 or 6 or whatever. Like, I mean, the remaster obviously is a little bit harder to run, but it's still funny to say that a game that came out 20 years ago is still having issues, you know? I don't know. To me, that's fun to say. But yeah, this is very, very playable. So, once again, huge shout out to John in my Twitch chat for sending this card over to my sister. She is going to absolutely love it in here. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Put W John in the comments down below and let us know what card you're rocking. Like I said, I'm genuinely curious to know. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.